What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Realistic Career Mode. This is episode number 9. We start today's just over our fixtures for April. As you can see, all 6 games coming today. Fulham and Wolves at home in the Premier League, then Spurs and West Ham away in London. We're in London for 3 games in 7 days, so after that we've got the FA Cup semi-final at Wembley, and we close out with Brentford in a game which could potentially see us survive. Or we could survive before that. Because for the first game of this episode taking on Fulham, as we know, we've got 34 points on the board, 9 games to go, an 11-point gap. And as we know, there's a magic 40 points total in the Premier League. Every team who is down the bottom end of the table talk about it all season long. If you get to 40 points, you're practically guaranteed to stay up. So heading into today's episode, I knew with 5 of the 6 games today coming in the Premier League, win 2 of them, we get to 40. And that surely keeps in the Premier League for another season. So first game on the back of, to be fair, back-to-back losses in the Premier League. First home to Chelsea and then away against Leeds, where Brendan Arrington's netted the winner in a 1-0 loss. Well, let's just say we're stumbling a little bit. We're stumbling over the line. A goalless draw at home to Marco Silva's Fulham. What a job he's done for Fulham this year, by the way, in real life. Goalless draw there, 0-0 against Fulham. And heading into the following game, once again staying at Goodison, now taking on Wolverhampton Wanderers. Well, fell behind very early. Matheus Cunha, 19 minutes in, giving the visitors the lead. And I was thinking, all we need is 2 wins, possibly even 1. I mean, we might even need just 1 win between now and the end of the season to survive. And I can't get it. I'm slipping up and I'm stumbling right at the final hurdle. Come on, Doxy boys, sort it out. So after we fell behind Matheus Cunha, we would get back on level terms. And I mentioned in the last episode, I said this year that, you know, Jordan Pickford's been my main best player, and I stand by that as well. For all the games he saved me and bailed me out in, but I think Damari Gray's been my second best player this year. He's been really good, one of my top assist makers and one of my top scorers as well. He puts us back on level terms, but we weren't on level terms for long. Yep, the veteran, Brazilian-born, Spanish international, Diego Costa, puts Wolves back in front, however, with 22 minutes to go. James Tarkowski, first goal in an Everton shirt for the former Burnley defender, and we managed to get ourselves a point. So came back from a goal down twice to get ourselves a draw, and I'll definitely take that one there, no doubt about it. Sign of resilience, coming from behind on 2 separate occasions to claim a point. Yes, we're still searching for that 1 win. It's all we need to guarantee survival, but 2 wins to guarantee survival. One of those 2 wins, still waiting for it, but yeah, I'll take a point. We're stumbling over the line, but we're crawling over the line. We're almost there. We still got, like, I don't know, like our shin and our foot still a little bit precarious, still dangling over the edge, if you will, but we're just gradually pulling ourselves up to safety. We're almost there. So following game, Spurs away, taking them on in North London here. 25 minutes in, Harry Kane gets the opening goal for Conte's side, and his 20th of the year in a pursuit of the Golden Boot to make it 1-0. And I was thinking, okay, can we come from behind once again to claim a point? Well, down by a goal, and it was just all Spurs in this game, man. Like, seriously, it was all Spurs in the first half, absolutely dominated. But in the second half, I had one chance, my one and only chance. 50 minutes in, Mavididi coming forward. What a fantastic save this was, though, to deny our new man on the wing. Great stop, kept it at 1-0, and that was how the game would finish. So another game without a win for Everton. 6 games to go, but thankfully Brentford have not been picking up the points. We're still 10 points clear. So despite the fact we've only had 2 points picked up for a possible 12, no wins in our last 4 in the Premier League, and only 2 draws in those 4 games, we're still 10 points clear. So Brentford have not capitalised on our slip-ups, and that means that, yeah, few games to go, we know. 1 more win. That's all we need now. 1 more win, and we are there. So Wednesday night, staying in the nation's capital for our 3rd game in London in the space of a week, taking on David Moyes' West Ham. Obviously a little West Ham icon for all the years, a bit of an Everton icon, for all the years he spent at Goodison Park. Did a tremendous job there. In fact, talking to the FA Cup, he was the manager that got Everton to their last FA Cup final back in 2009. He lost to Chelsea 2-1, I think it was. 2-1. think it was. But yeah, taking on West Ham away from home, to the lead early in the game, and I was thinking, blimey, this is unfamiliar territory. We're winning a game of football. It's been a while since that's happened in the Premier League, but we're leading in the early stages. DCL turned in from close range after Mavadidi's shot was blocked. We lead by a goal, and right before the break, Pickford made a great save to keep it at 1-0, and after a very uneventful second half, relief. Because at the fifth time of asking, Everton win a Premier League game, and that has surely done it, with Brentford failing to capitalise on our slip-ups. What was 2 wins required became 1. We've got it there on Wednesday night, and we are surely all but safe. Mathematically, not just yet, but realistically, it's pretty much done. Everton will stay in the Premier League, and we've stumbled over the line a little bit, but, you know, a great saying. Doesn't matter how you get it done, so long as you do. And we have. Everton are surely staying in the Premier League. So what motivation that was for this. We know our survival has basically been confirmed. So we can now play without pressure and give everything we've got in this one. The FA Cup semi-final against Liverpool. Merseyside derby and a chance to make history. We're 3 minutes in. DCL almost caught Alisson out from 20 yards. 0-0, but this is what I needed. A fast start. Yes, we're underdogs. We've got back to winning ways of that win against West Ham there. Let's go at the Reds and let's make history and reach the FA Cup final for the first time since 2009. And half an hour in, Damari Gray, man of the moment recently, finds Onana through to Matt Doherty, and Alisson makes a brilliant save. The former Spurs and Wolves right back denied by the Brazilian. It's still 0-0, but what a start from Everton. And in the first half, Liverpool haven't really put me under any pressure at all. It was all Everton in the first half, but what's that old cliche? Football is a game of 2 halves. Well, first half, no doubt about it. If it was a boxing match, we scored the higher points in the first half. We scored the higher points in the first round. We were looking the better team. But Jurgen Klopp, passionate as ever, clearly fired his Liverpool team out in the second half. Because, you know those games where, like, it seems like the AI up the difficulty themselves. Even when you're playing on the highest difficulty Ultimate, it's like they've gone from Ultimate to Super Ultimate. It's like their older brother. The AI's older brother's taken the controller. Because the second half, it was all Liverpool in the early stage. They did the woodwork. Pickford made a couple of great saves. It was still 0-0. And we've gone from looking like the better team, looking like the team more likely to open the scoring, to hanging on by a thread. And with 15 minutes to go after Darwin Núñez missed a sitter, had it not been for Pickford and the woodwork, we would have lost this FA Cup semi-final. Instead, we were going to extra time. And a quarter of an hour in, 105 minutes on the clock, the first half whistle had not been blown. And 5 minutes into extra time, stoppage time, former Wolves Portuguese forward Diogo Jota makes it 1-0. And I was screaming in the fourth official's ear. Because when that corner was cleared, it dropped to Andy Robertson about 25-26 yards from goal. Now, there was only 1 minute of added time allocated. That was the second going into the third when he received the ball. 25 yards from goal. Ref! Where did those extra seconds and then minutes come from? Are you serious? Now, don't get me wrong. I'll be totally honest here. Liverpool, the better team on the balance of play and deserve to win the game. But even so, where did those extra minutes come from? Jota wins it and Liverpool are in to the FA Cup final. It's heartbreak in the semis in the Merseyside derby. But I was fuming, man. I was absolutely fuming. Because again, okay, don't get me wrong. Obviously, they were the better team. I always present the highlights package very fairly. They were the better team. They deserved to win. I'm not going to deny it one bit. But with the form he was in, and the form he's been in all season long, and the game he was playing, I would have backed us to win on penalties how we got there, due to how good Jordan Pickford was playing. But instead, they scored right before the half-time whistle. And I could not believe where those extra seconds... I couldn't figure out where those extra seconds came from. I could not believe it, honestly. I was literally flashing my watch to the fourth official and saying, explain it to me. Explain it. I don't understand. It's not that I can't tell the time. It's that your referee, your man in the middle, he can't stick to his stopwatch. I couldn't believe it. But even so, I won't try and deny it. They were the better team. And yes, I can feel a little bit hard done by, don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, they were the better team. So, you know, I can't really complain too much. Because the likelihood is, to be fair, had we continued at that rate of pace, they probably would have found a winner in the second half extra time anyway. Even so, it is heartbreak for Everton. It's not the first time the fans have heard that, and I'm afraid it probably won't be the last. But we're out at the FA Cup semi-final, and it hurts even more knowing that our progress is ended by our great rivals. Fantastic run. Getting to Wembley in the first season was not a priority, or a goal, or anything I even thought was a possibility. So to have got there, a great achievement, a semi-final place, but it ends there. No cup final, and after a loss to Brentford, it has been a tough run of form for the Toffees. Just one win in our last, I believe, 7 games in all competitions. Really, really tough run of form, but thankfully, as you'll see, 4 games to go, we're safe. Yep, we are safe. 13 clear of Southampton in 18th place, and despite the loss to Brentford there, we are staying in the Premier League with 4 games to go. That's the saving grace. For that winning today's episode of the Realistic Criminal, guys. Big value watching. Really hope you have enjoyed. If you have, like. Most love to you all. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you with the season finale, where we'll see how far we can finish in the table and how high we can finish in the table, assess our squad, and some transfer rumours for next season as well. Very soon.